We here at Battleground know that it's the undecided voters who will decide this race. So we've teamed up with our friends at Ipsos Market Research for reaction from voters to last night's debate. Elizabeth Jarosz from Ipsos conducted a focus group in Chicago after the debate and also gathered voter sentiment from an exclusive group of 400 swing state participants. Elizabeth, so good to see you again.
So great to be with you. Okay,
you had a very busy night last night, as we all did. You conducted
I'm on 4 hours sleep.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thanks for getting up for us. You conducted a focus group of a cross-section of voters, but also analyzed debate reaction from swing state voters, importantly. Tell us about that first group and what stood out to you.
The undecided voters in the focus group?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was such an amazing discussion. So they had just watched the debate. We had hooked them up to neurometric machines. So I knew some of the data that was coming through and they couldn't lie to me. So then they come into this focus group and I was asking them, who won the debate? It was Kamala Harris. Every single one of their hands went up. There were key moments that they mentioned that she did really well, where she did really well as well.
Let's hear from some of those voters in your focus group and what they had to say.
Who won the debate in your opinion?
Kamala.
How many say Kamala won the debate? Oh, gee, all 5 of you. Seriously?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
He underestimated her.
Yeah.
He said that she was an idiot. She failed the bar twice. And so sometimes when you say things, I think you begin to believe it. I think he just underestimated her, and he's not going to be able to recover from the people who got a chance to see her shine that wouldn't have if he was just a little bit more prepared.
Right. He did underestimate her, and even during the debate, he started name calling her specifically. And once you start name calling, it's like I'm done with you. Once you start with the names.
Elizabeth, that is really interesting stuff. And when we had you here before, your voters, your focus group told us, these undecided voters told us they were waiting for the debate to make up their minds and that they really wanted to know more about Kamala Harris. So what do you make about what they were telling you last night?
That's exactly right, Essie. So when I asked them if they finally made a decision, 2 out of the 5 said they had made a decision after the debate. Okay. And they were going with Kamala Harris after what they saw last night. The remaining 3 remain undecided even to this moment.
Wow. Okay. And other than the economy and inflation, what else stood out to you about the issues people cared the most about last night?
Okay. Here's one that really surprised me. All right. So I asked them, what are you going to remember most, right? You heard the question. Yeah. Some of the stuff they said was the moment before the debate, when Kamala Harris forced a handshake. That was one of the most pivotal moments. And I thought that was so interesting because it was before the debate even started. So she set a tone. They described her as super strong in that moment. Some of the other moments that stood out are like, when Trump was talking about, eating animals, for example, the abortion conversation or women's rights, different things like that. But I guess something I'll leave you with is, Trump didn't win a single sort of policy discussion when we look at the data. So Ipsos partnered with media science, and we have all this media science data that came through. And when we look at it, really, Kamala Harris won the night.
Okay, stay right there, Elizabeth. I want to talk to you more about your voter focus groups last night. Battleground will be right back. Welcome back to Battleground. More from the Ipsos and Media Science voter focus group following last night's debate. I'm back again with Elizabeth Jarosz. How much do you think a single debate, in this case, this debate that happened last night, can actually sway this race one way or the other? As we already said, your focus group, your undecided voters have told you a lot of them were waiting for this debate. How consequential do you think it might be?
So historically, one debate doesn't swing an election, but we are not in normal times right now. Yeah. So I actually think that this debate could have a significant difference. The undecided voters were really positive on Harris and not so positive on Trump. And I do think that's going to make a difference in the polling. So Ipsos is going to be tracking it in the next couple of weeks, and we'll bring it to you.
Oh, good. Because that's what we're doing here. We're trying to figure out where these undecided voters in swing states are. And last night was a big inflection point. So I'd love to have as much data as you can gather on where they are. Elizabeth Jarosz with Ipsos. Thanks so much.
Thanks.